Before we started the creation of our piece, one way we got the audience feedback for some of our ideas was through a survey on urban dramas, which we got 16 responses. We asked which weapons people felt were most effective for urban drama films in order to find out what props to use for our piece. From this we learnt that our audience believed guns and knives are the most effective props to use. We also got other feedback from A-level classes that watched our trailer. We learnt that we shouldn't use close-up shots of the gun and that we should make the gun more realistic. Our first storyboard included a close-up of the gun. However, due to the feedback given from our audience, we decided to include a mid-shot of the gang member holding the gun instead of a close-up shot.
With around about 1,000 bells.
At the start of our coursework, we produced a survey where we got 60 responses from our audience. One of the questions was, what locations would you see in an urban drama? The high responses we got consisted of parks, alleyways, car parks and estates. We then planned our first storyboard, which included these locations. After, we did a focus group before filming. We asked the same question and the answers were the same again. They said real-life locations should be used. After deciding the storyboard, we added in the location of a train station, as well as a house still being real-life locations. We ended up using a park, a house, train station and estates, as well as shots of the local area. We didn't use all the locations suggested, such as the car park alleyway. However, we received feedback after our final piece was shown, and they said we used a good variety of locations. A shot they found very effective was our extreme long shot of our urban location of a town centre, being very busy. They said it conforms to the genre as well as looking effective. I'm done. Go.
When looking back on my audience feedback, I learned that sound had to be changed. We received feedback on the final piece from 3 different classes, and my peers pointed out that sound was something that should be improved. I firstly had to change the non-didactic soundtrack. The part I had to change at the end of the piece, where the montage sequences play with fast-paced cuts. I changed it by adding a fade-out onto the end of the soundtrack. The reason for this was the sound cuts out the end and all tensions released too quickly. By attaching the fade effect, the non-didactic soundtrack slowly got quieter and then dropped completely when it's at its quietest.
And I've got about 1,000 shots.
I also had to change the volume of the non-didactic soundtrack from clips. For example, I reduced the volume of an over-the-shoulder close-up of the main character up on his grades because the ruffling of the paper was too loud.
Your life can change within the blink of an eye. 1 second I was getting good grades and surrounding myself